While the memories of the historic successful landing of the Vikram lander of India's Chandrayaan-3 mission are still fresh in our minds, another lander aimed at scanning the surface of the moon is making news these days, albeit for suffering a glitch, derailing the mission. This one is the Peregrine lunar lander. What exactly went wrong with the mission? Is this going to further delay NASA's plans of sending astronauts to the moon? The journey to land the next set of astronauts on the moon by 2024 under its Artemis mission, NASA had started giving out contracts to private entities, mostly small startups, for launch and lander services. This initiative of NASA, called the Commercial Lunar Payload Services or CLPS, was announced in 2018. NASA plans to use the scientific experiments it sends to the moon using these startups in preparation towards Artemis. The first mission under this initiative, the Peregrine lunar lander by Astrobotic Technology of Pittsburgh, was launched on January 8, 2024 from Cape Canaveral, Florida. This lander carried 5 experiments of NASA, along with instruments of other establishments. So what exactly happened to this lander? Though the launch went perfectly, its propulsion system failed after a few hours, due to which its solar panels couldn't point at the sun to generate power. While the scientists were eventually able to get the solar panels to point at the sun, a lot of the propellant had been lost by then, erasing any hopes of the lander making the journey till the moon, a whopping 384,000 kilometers away. As of now, Astrobotic is trying to get its spacecraft as close to the moon as it can with whatever propellant is left, and trying to get in as much data as possible from its space experiments. Peregrine by Astrobotic is the 3rd private moon lander mission globally, and also the 3rd to fail. The first ever private moon landing attempt was by Israel SpaceX. The lander called Beresheet crash-landed on the moon's surface in 2019 because its engine unexpectedly shut off while it was still far above the lunar surface. Then Japanese firm iSpace's Hakuto R Mission 1, which launched in 2022, hard-landed on the surface of the moon due to a software glitch. Interestingly, all 3 firms have people who represented their respective teams in the Google Lunar X Prize competition. Nonetheless, Hakuto R Mission 2 of iSpace is scheduled for launch late this year. While the first CLPS mission was not a success, all eyes are now set on the next CLPS mission by Intuitive Machines of Houston, which could launch as early as mid-February 2024. Will this second mission prove to be a success, or will it just turn out to be another learning curve? We will only have to wait and watch. But what do you think NASA should have done differently in order to make this mission a success? And, do you think NASA can still reach its decided deadline of sending astronauts to the moon? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And be sure to subscribe to Lab 360 for the latest revelations in space exploration. Hit the bell icon to stay updated, and let's continue to explore together.